your Dean, Dr. Harris, also requested it to be on the, face to face, which we will any which ways do that. Okay. However, most of the team members who will be facilitating the workshop from IIT Madras Research Park, they have been held up with this internship program. They're very, very actively working on that. So that is the reason we are having this online. Having said that, it doesn't limit the interactions, which is why it has been set it up as a video call. So I would encourage all of you to be very more, much more interactive, as well as the first and foremost thing is to keep your videos on so that we can talk and we can discuss with each other. And of course, having said that, whenever you talk, at that time you can unmute yourself.
Hello, Pragdish.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. I request everybody to unmute and come on the video. He wanted to see the face. He can't look at.
Exactly. Correct.
Or your name only. Please unmute. Nothing wrong. Even if you have got a T-shirt, nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Today is a Saturday. We are not bothered. You be with any park. No problem. Okay.
No problem. Exactly. Correct. That's true.
Aditya, Delin, Aryan, you are not listening. Arjun, Devika, Srikesh, Rakshit, Sriram, Abhay, Ashwati, Suraj. What happened, Treasa? Why your friends are Ash? You're all smart guys.
Yeah, some are turning on.
Yeah.
I think none of you have got any ragging. I think that's the issue.
Ragging free campus, sir.
Good. Very nice. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for all of you. As we told, be it a little more interactive. Sorry?
Some people are talking Malayalam, and all of you, please request you talk in English and mute your line if you're talking. Okay.
Actually, yeah, because otherwise I can't understand. Yeah. Okay, we can start. So basically, this is more to brief you about what is Build Club, what you can expect about this club, what exactly we are envisaging, what is this initiative about, and again I repeat, please do ask many more questions. If this is not going to be interactive, then it will not extend for 1 hour also. Okay, so 1 hour is with questions and answers. So what exactly is Build Club? Okay, as the name said, we have to focus on two important words of the words Build Club. Okay, so first to start about what is Build. Here, this initiative, this is more of an initiative from IIT Madras ecosystem, from IIT Madras campus, research park, and incubation cell, which we are extending across the country. Okay, so in College of Engineering Trivandrum, what we envisage, what we want things to happen. Here, I think right now at this second, there are some 60 participants. Okay, so in this 60 participants, if I'm asking, I'm very sure that all of you are going to say that you have some idea in mind, but you don't know how to build it. Okay, it is very soon in your life, all of you students, you will be realizing that it is not the idea that matters the most. Idea is certainly very important. It is certainly critical. I'm not denying that. But end of the day, idea is like a seed. Okay, what matters is how much you are able to nourish the seed and convert it into a plant and reap the benefits of whether it is fruits or what other benefits, whatever the plant or the tree will give. Okay, so that is what this club will focus on about building things. Okay. So as soon as you have an idea in mind, how to build about it. So to build it, what are the things what you need is, you may be thinking that you need to have the right skill. Guys, I'm telling you very clearly. In fact, we are very clear that you as students, especially, I hope most of you would be in second or third year of your college. Most of you, if you are thinking that you need to 100% know how to develop or build your idea, no, not at all. Okay, we are very aware that you are students and you may not have the complete knowledge of building on your idea. Okay, once again, that is where Build Club comes in, where you can build anything and everything. Okay, so when was, according to you, I would want at least three of you to volunteer and answer this question. When was the first time in your life, according, I mean, to your knowledge, when did you start building anything? Any of you?
Maybe like after coming to college.
Okay, that is the first time when you started building anything. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? That was from Gaurish, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gaurish, please switch on your video. In fact, when you're answering some good things, when we can't even see you.
I'm not really in my bedroom right now. It's not clean at all. So
That's absolutely fine. That's what your sir, Dr. Shaji also mentioned. Okay. Doesn't matter. Again, it's all students. We are well aware. See how will you, all of you, feel when I switch off my see, you are very decent. In fact, you have been saying that you are in bedroom. I was expecting much more worse. Okay, you have seemed to be very decent. Okay, thanks for the response, definitely, Gaurish. Two more people. When was the first time you started building anything in your life?
Yes, hello, sir.
Yes, Suraj.
So, sir, I used to have a hobby of building a paper airplane models while I was in my 10th and 9th grade.
Even I still have, by the
Yeah,
way.
but yeah, my hobby died out eventually. But yeah,
Origami.
yeah, like I used to make models out of paper, then tried making some
But you know,
props
right? That is
out of.
called origami.
Yeah.
Okay. But once again, you also, Suraj, don't think that this is a penalty for answering the questions, but please switch on the video. I'm very sure that these are some good traits you will be learning in Build Club. You know, whenever there is a video call, you should be showing your faces to the outside world. Okay. You can show your face, Suraj.
Sure, sir. One second, sir.
No problem. Yeah. But that's good. But when did you start doing getting into origami, Suraj?
So there was this YouTuber called Adam Savage. I mean, he was part of the. I forgot he was part of Discovery Channel, and so he had this YouTube channel where he used to build movie props, but they were extremely realistic when he built it. And there are channels like Hacksmith. They make, for example, Iron Man helmets. It's in real life. They just make it actual reality. So I used to be fascinated by that and thought, okay, well, I don't think I'll be able to make it as technically precise as it's shown in the movie, but maybe just the model might suffice. And so I started tried out. But then once the academics started becoming intense after 10th grade, I just left it. It just left the stream. I got focused.
Definitely. Sure.
Yeah.
See, once again, very good. Thanks for that. In fact, that reminds me of something else, which is why I said this has to be an interactive session. Okay. Once again, thanks for that, Suraj. See, once again, in Build Club, what you will be learning is, yes, we all get fascinated, we all get motivated, get inspired from what others are building. In fact, forget about every day, every second, thousands of or millions of people build thousands of innovative things across the globe. Okay. It doesn't matter when Elon Musk is building a reversible space rocket in Tesla or as part of SpaceX. But here, what we will be learning is what is that we can build end of the day. Okay, even if you make a, like what you rightly pointed out, Suraj, even when you can make a small paper rocket, but what it matters is that you are building it yourself. Okay, so it is that matters the most. And once again, I'm saying this is what you will learn. End of the day, many people build many things. What matters the most is what is that I can build about, by myself. Of course, with my team. Okay, it should be a teamwork. Thanks for that, Suraj. But still, it is not answering what I asked. When did you start building things? When did you get into origami?
Sir, I think it was not exactly origami. I think it's in ninth grade. Exactly, it was ninth grade. I used to download this paper templates, which could then be crafted into the models, like the different. Yeah.
But when did you do that?
Oh yeah, like when did I do it? Actually, I think yeah, in my free time. Yeah, I had a lot of
At
time.
what age?
At what age? Ninth grade, I think.
When you were some ninth grade or
Yeah,
something. Okay.
yeah, ninth grade.
So according to Suraj, it was since ninth grade you started building something. Okay. Anyone else? I asked for 3 volunteers. One more person. So the question is, when did you, according to you, when did you start building things? The more all of you say silent, the more you'll be missing in this session. Anyone wants to take the chance? Or are you saying that no one has built anything at all in your life? So in that case, I will have to pick it up. Okay. You can pick one. Joel, we will have to ask many more questions. So let's spare Joel for now. Alan. Who is Alan? Is Alan here?
Sir.
Yeah, disguise yourself as Keshav Nair.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. But we can't see you. Hello.
My video is not visible.
Okay, now, yeah, yes, Alan, we can.
Okay, I think I started building some like motor windmill model.
Sorry?
For my school exhibition, I had built some windmill models.
It's such a great build. Why don't you want to say that loud? It was asked.
I don't know.
Guys, so this is the next learning for all of you here in Build Club. Okay. So unlike your academics, we are not trying to force fit anything at all to all of you. Build Club is only for people who are interested in building things. Okay. And initiatives like this, unless you come forward, trust me, it will never work. Okay. You're not going to get grades. You're not going to get anything. But one thing I can assure you in writing, the more and more you come forward and when you start expressing things, you will certainly develop your skill, and definitely I can give it in writing that you will gain something out of it in Build Club. Every minute spent you will definitely gain something out of it. And we have Hannah. Will you agree or disagree? Because you have experienced Build Club, no?
Yes, I have.
No. So on the first day when you came for the workshop, what was your expectation? And after the end of 2 days, what was your takeaway?
So when we first reached there, I had the expectation it might be just sessions, like talkative sessions. This is there, this component is there, and this is its usage. That's what I had in mind. But I never thought that I would get to like handle those components. So I think that was a really hands-on session for me. Like I could know how do we use it,
Good.
instead of just getting the components theory part.
Exactly. So have you acquired some skills, Hannah?
Yes, of course. While I was working on, I found a lot of problems in my.
Can I take that skill from you now?
Okay. In what sense? Like.
I just want to grab that skill, whatever you have taken. Can I do that?
I guess I think I'll have to work on it more. Like
telling you,
whatever.
No, skill can't be taken. Okay.
Okay.
It is whatever you have acquired in the 2 days, it will stay with you.
Yeah.
Okay. It is that you will get in Build Club.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas if we give some kind of certificate or some kind of scores, credits, marks, where we also don't want to we want to treat equally about everyone. But the only thing is that for sure, once again I repeat, the more and more any student come forward, the more and more effort any student take part in Build Club, definitely the more and more takeaway they will have, the more and more skills they will get acquire for their life, and no one can take that from them. Sorry. Yeah. So 3 of you have said that one of you said you started building things from your college, and 2 others told around 9th and 10th grade only when you started building things. Let me tell you, how many of you, I'm sure most of you, in fact, if anyone wants to disagree, you can. Okay. Most of you would have started building things at the age of 2 or 3 years itself. I'm very sure that you would have played. In fact, these things are not new for, once again, people who came for the workshop. This is what, again, the brain behind this initiative Build Club is Professor Ashok Junjunwala. The way how it has been, conceptualized is purely based on the Lego model. Okay?
I'm glad you're saying Nathan. He's lucky to have someone like you.
So as a kid, you would have played about Lego or the jigsaw puzzles or what is that? The other one? Some Robotronix toys. So things like that, I'm sure that all of you would have played. Isn't it so, guys? Whenever you are playing Lego, just can you really imagine at the age of 2 or 3 years, okay, all you had was some kind of blocks with you. You don't know what to do with those blocks. You don't know how to do, but you just put your hands on it, start building something. Okay, I'm telling you, every Lego or jigsaw puzzle, what it has been built, every moment when you try something at that age, you will get something out of it. Your mind will learn something out of it. And trust me, every amateur block that every kid is building, each and every piece of the block is an art by itself. Okay, so that's how it is. That's how it is a beautiful art. And that's exactly what engineering is all about, guys. Whichever discipline all of you are into, Okay. Sorry. Whichever disciplines all of you are into, irrespective whether you are mechanical, civil, computer science, whatever it is, okay. Engineering is an art, and engineering is all about building things. Okay, where we are not here to just read what others are saying. Okay, we are not here to be keep on being observers and just throwing some random ideas like how what way we watch in cricket. No, so the batsman should have played this way. He could have played. He could have bowled this way. It isn't that way. End of the day, what matters is what is that we are building. Okay, and every time when we try to build something, we will learn something out of it, whether it is good or bad, and that is what the word build focuses on in Build Club. Now we'll go to get into the second word of this initiative, which is the club. So why is it called a club? Okay, so once again, the reason why we were so open, irrespective, when Gaurish also mentioned that he's in his bedroom, and many of you told that it is all students, which we don't mind. Why, unlike other sessions, whatever you will be having, here we have all students and we expect the students to come forward. Why we asked Joel to initiate as well as drive this initiative, organize this thing, is all because it is a club. So the moment when we say club, I repeat, it is not like a rigid students curriculum where you have to do this, you have to do that, otherwise you will be penalized. You have to make 100% attendance, nothing of this sort at all. Okay, but having said that, whatever you do, there has been some kind of little protocols which has to be met. But again, whenever we say protocols, it is not like what you may be thinking that you have to dedicate it into this only. It's not that way. In other words, what I'm trying to say is it definitely has that informal culture. Okay. Once again, in fact, that is why it is open only for people who are interested in building things. Okay. So the way how you look at it is people. The best example is once again Gaurish when they told no about the. In fact, Gaurish as well as Alan, for that matter, when you mentioned that you had this interest in building something from your what to say, paper materials. Suraj and Alan. So no one forced you. In fact, it is out of your own interest you started building something, you know, which is very good. And definitely, I mean, this is one of the most fundamental trait of every engineer. Every engineer should have this. Okay, that what is that we can build of our own. Whether you watch some YouTube materials, in fact. In today's digital world, resources are unlimited. Okay, so that is what will differentiate yourself from rest of the engineers in the world. Rather than keeping on saying that there are some 2 crore engineers passing out every year, but what differentiates you from the rest of the 2 crore engineers is things like this only. What is that you can build? Okay, so for that, you don't really have to do a practical experiment, or this is not like your what to say final year project where you have to prepare a presentation, nothing of that sort at all. That's why it is called a club, where it has got its informal touch. It is like this way. Let me put a small case study. Okay, the way how we envisage Build Club is, so let's assume that Rakshit is there, and it's quietly sitting in the corner of a classroom. Okay, he is while attending the class, he is observing some kind of electronics thing, and is thinking that he gets that eureka moment. Okay, where he is Rakshit is thinking that he can build a what to say, some of the AI based robo, something for himself. Okay. For one of the problem statement that is he is seeing in this in the college or in his college or in his home also. Basically, in his personal life, he is coming across some kind of problem statement, and he is thinking that he can fix the solution of his own, for which he needs some kind of he has some idea in mind. He needs some kind of expertise from mechanical, some kind of coding experience, but he doesn't have that. Okay, so all Rakshit has to do is you will have a built lab in your institution. Okay, which may be open for any time whenever a student wants to access it. Okay, so this is a physical lab, but apart from that, this Build Club is a virtual platform. Okay, there are physical things and there are virtual things also. Build Club is a virtual platform. So all Rakshit has to do is he can contact Joel and say that I want to build this. Now Joel has to assist him that, okay, if you want one person from computer science, there is already a person who is also looking for sharing his skill, or he may be working on something else also. Okay, you just discuss with him, you have a coffee conversation, and then Rakshit is collaborating with probably say Keshav Nayak. Okay, so and they are trying to build something of their own. For that, they need some kind of components required. Once again, that will be available in the Build Lab, and they will form a team of say some 3 to 5 people and put their hands on, and they will start building something out of it. Okay, whatever they had, the idea what they had in their mind, they would have figured out, and they would have built only some 20% of it. Okay, we can't even imagine 100% of it.
Address. So I'll put the email address.
Yes, Sridhar. Sorry. Okay, so this build is only some 20% of it. Now they can approach us again if Rakshit and Keshav Nair and the rest of the team members, they can decide and they can check with us. They can also check with your faculty also, or they can check with us. We have figured out and we have built something, but we don't know how to proceed forward. Okay, again we will be helping them in building, converting this 20% into say 50%, 70%, and it keeps growing. Okay, so this is the kind of case study what we wanted to bring. So this is how, and so when all of you, when you start doing these things, no, once again I repeat, this is only open for people who are interested in building things. Okay, we are not saying that every engineer should do this. Every student in CET Build Club or CET should be part of Build Club. We are not saying that. Okay, but for sure, again, once again, you can check with the students who came for the workshop. Okay, here learning is fun. It is not like it should never be seen as a very complex, problematic thing. So how do we enjoy engineering? That is what we'll be doing in Build Club. And over a period of time, over maybe probably after some say 3 or 4 years down the lane, CET should somehow has this culture. I don't know if you, how many of you have seen, I'm sure most of you would have seen this, at least heard about this movie 3 Idiots, right? Yes. So it is something like this, you know, again, it is definitely not for, trust me people. In fact, I'm working with this IIT Madras ecosystem, and I am not a IITM alumnus, okay? But the way how I am seeing is, in fact, it is a myth that this kind of complex engineering things are only for nerds. It is not at all, okay? It's just the way how we look at things, okay? So the same way how it comes in 3 Idiots, over a coffee conversation or whenever you are in tea shop, when some of you are bored, when you want to build something, you can simply come to Build Lab and try experiment something of your own. where you have some kind of minimal set of components over a period of time. Okay, so this is whatever I'm telling. This is exactly how this club was started in IIT Madras some 15 years before. Okay, so now in IIT Madras, this club is called Center for Innovation, C5. I don't know how many of you have heard about this C5, Center for Innovation. Is there anyone who have heard about Center for Innovation? None of you? Surprising. You have not heard about these events like Shastra and all? The Tech Fest? Okay. Sounds good. Then which means that the scope is much more for you, Joel. In fact, the scope for this build club in CET is much more. You just in a span of few days itself, you can do Tech Fests like this. You know, so this is how it has been started. Right now, this club is called Center for Innovation in IIT Madras. Okay, where it's completely student-driven initiative, where hardly, very rarely, faculty get involved, and students they build, I don't know, from anything into everything under the sun. Okay, like things like projects like Hyperloop, or building a advanced drone, or building one of the most advanced robots, some kind of automatic chess and whatnot. In fact, there are some 350 students who are part of this C5 club, and there are some 100 innovative projects. And all these are, the best part is all these are self-driven, and it is I mean it's sustainable in a way. It's self-funded basically. Okay, so it has gone much mature in such a way that now the management is not supporting anything at all for this Center for Innovation. Whenever they wanted to fund this Hyperloop, they raise their own money. You know, they get their own sponsorships from other companies, because they established that brand name also called C5, Center for Innovation. You can all just Google Center for Innovation C5 CFI IIT Madras. You can read the stories of the success stories of them. Okay, that is exactly how we are envisaging Build Club over a period of over the next period of few years in College of Engineering, Trivandrum. Okay, so far any doubt? So far I have just told you what is Build Club. Any doubt, guys? Once again, I repeat, in this forum, in this club, Build Club, it's not only about these sessions. I repeat, this is not your regular academics where you're only hearing about lecture sessions. It only will happen the more and more when you come forward. Otherwise, it will not help you. Yeah. Any doubts so far? Okay. So now that I have told what is Build Club, now the choice is yours. Whether you want to be part of it, you don't want to be part of it. Complete choice is yours. Okay. But like I said, what are those minimal protocols? What is there in Build Club? Is the first step. As soon as and whenever I say protocol, you don't have to worry. In fact, everything is very student friendly approach only. Okay, so the first step for anyone to be part of Build Club is you have to register in the Build Club website. Has that been informed, Joel?
Yes, sir. We are going to inform that once we get a few responses and after the orientation.
So this 62 participants have not registered, is it?
Most of them have registered with the CET actually.
That's okay. What is the kind of communication you have sent all these 62 people?
We've sent out a form inviting participants for Web Build Club on our side from CET side.
No, I understand. So, I mean, what was your invitation about? What is Build Club? What is their interest level? Or what was your messaging like?
We've sent out a poster and a bit of content about what Build Club was, and we'll be explaining more about it. In
maybe you can share it so that Pragdish can see it, Joel.
No problem. Yeah. I think you shared something, but it didn't have any information about what is Build Club. That is why I'm asking you. Like, was there any kind of overview about Build Club given, or nothing was given? Just apart from the name, nothing was given.
There was a bit of something given, but it didn't cover everything.
So, okay, in that case, I understand that we are still not sure how many of these 62 people are actually interested to build things. Okay, nevertheless, it's okay. So, people, like I said, now that you know what is Build Club, you take a call whether you are interested in building things or not. If yes, then all you have to do is just Google for, and of course, Joel, you make a note of these things and you circulate not only these to this 62 students, to the 62, or do the outreach part. Okay, so all people have to do is search for Build Club IIT Madras. You will get the official website of Build Club, and then you have to register. It's just a 30-second registration process. You do the registration. So that is the first and foremost step of Build Club. The journey starts from there. The immediate thing what you have to note it down is, all of you, please do pay attention to all the emails received. Okay. After 1 year, if any of you are saying, as soon as you make a registration, you will be auto-generated a ID called Build Club ID. You have to bookmark, you have to store it in for your records. Okay. If there is anyone who is claiming that I have built a project, but I don't know what my ID is, honestly, it doesn't help at all. It will never be counted. Okay. So as soon as you register, you will be receiving a Build Club ID. The next step is, along with the Build Club ID, you will be getting a link to join Discord server. How many of you are part of Discord server already?
So I've joined the Discord server, but I'm not exactly sure if it's the actual.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. Exactly. So, because once again, we were actually contemplating. So 1 year back, the age of this Build Club or this initiative is hardly some 1.5 to 2 years. Okay. So 1.5 years back, we were contemplating which was the social networking platform to use. Again, based on the interest level from the students, what we observed was, of course, many people were choosing Telegram and other social media channels, but it has to be moderated formally also. So finally, we chose Discord, believing that it's a student-friendly social networking platform. So as soon as you register in Build Club, you will be getting a link to join Discord. So you join the server for Build Club, you be part of that. So you can browse across, you can see what other students are doing, what students from other colleges are doing, how they have built things. These things you can start watching. Okay, that is the second step. Third step is, when you register, you would have already gone through the website of Build Club. So you just glance across. This is what I have been telling Joel last week. Joel, in fact, you want to, because I don't want to repeat the same thing, whatever I told you. In fact, you being the president of Build Club, can you explain what is the students can do? What are the kind of projects they can take it up?
So the projects will be like it will start from the basics. So we'll be doing the projects with the desktop board actually. So it's a board designed by IIT Madras, and the first projects will be to make you understand about what the board is and the pin numbers and all, and then you'll go from the basic level to high level projects like that's how you do it. You go from the basic level and like just LED and displays to much higher, like just the control boards, and it will go way up.
Post the hyperlink for Build Club. chat box. Good, Joel. Thanks for that. But it was very short. It was very crisp. Still fine. So, like Joel mentioned, there are at least some close to 10 different projects in Build Lab. Okay. So each of these projects have been hand curated in such a way that everyone should get some learning, irrespective of the background they are coming from, irrespective of the discipline or the stream they are coming from, and irrespective of their already existing skill. Okay. So how we have designed or curated these courses is in such a way that, of course, like Joel mentioned, most of these projects, I won't say all, but most of these projects will require a custom built microprocessor board. Okay. So it is more or less like your regular Arduino board, which most of you would be familiar with. Okay. So the difference here is it is designed, of course, here in IIT Madras Research Park. But it's not that we wanted to, we wanted to promote that. It is not that way because, in fact, we don't even get into the purchase of the Dexter boards. It is called Dexter board, by the way. It is Dexter board. Whenever we tell Dexter board, it is nothing but a custom built microprocessor board developed from IIT Madras Research Park. But now after the designing part is done, the manufacturing has been given it to a third party. So you will be able to directly procure the board from the manufacturer itself. Okay. I would suggest maybe Joel, you can procure two of the boards and keep it in your build lab. Okay. So the details you can check with Subhash how to procure those things. Okay. So coming back to the projects, like what Joel also mentioned, the projects are at each stage. So the first, say for example, when you browse through, you're still typing? You posted, huh? Okay. So Subhash has posted in the chat box about the website for Build Lab. Okay. You people can go through, not now, you can go through after this call. So if you see, there are at least some close to some 10, actually 9 projects which are part of Build Lab right now. So in these 9 projects, it has been chosen in such a way that the very first project is called Build a Dancing LED, and it's more about introduction of Dexter board. Like what Joel rightly mentioned, it is more of a precursor project where it is just to understand the basic configuration of this Dexter board. Okay. So for example, if there is you are a say electrical or an electronic student who thinks that you are well advanced in how LEDs work or how connections work, then you don't even have to take up this course. Whereas at the other side of the spectrum, if you are a person where you are one of the most advanced software professional, but you don't know the basic of electronics also. I don't know who is sharing. I
thought I'll share this on the side so that they don't go there leaving the Zoom meeting.
Okay, so very nice, Hannah, right?
Yeah, Hannah.
Okay, very nice, Hannah. Thanks for that. So that is what the first project is about. Okay. Whereas, in fact, at the other side of the spectrum, like I was mentioning, say assuming that you are one of the most advanced software professionals who can crack anything in coding, but you still don't know how LEDs work. Okay, then again, that first course is for you, just to understand the basics of electrical and electronics. That's it. Okay, what we would thanks for that. So in each and every project, there will be this introduction, and in the right side, you will be seeing a basic video lecture. Okay, again, in a little fun-oriented way. And then you will have in the top, bottom right corner, you will have the flow chart of how to take up this course. Okay, step by step at a very high level. Then in the bottom left corner, you will have the instructions manual, which will have step-by-step instructions in a very detailed way. Okay, including what are the course files required. In many of the cases, we will give the code also to you so that you don't have to break your head. In other words, once again, I repeat, anyone who is just interested to learn or build things, anyone can take up these projects and anyone can build it. It's not that you should have only when you are very much skilled in certain topics or something of that sort. It's not that way. Okay, so this is the first project. Like I said, if you are a very advanced programmer, you still want to understand the basics of electrical and electronics, you can take up this course. You don't have to get into the projects, Hannah. I'll just explain it from this itself. Whereas the second project is about build a rolling display, which is, so the actual project starts from this one thing. Okay. So once again, here in the second project, build a rolling LED display. Here you are just connecting this Dexter board and creating an application out of it. So you are seeing this dot matrix board called Welcome, where you can custom build your messages by yourself. So where you will be learning the basics of electrical, electronics, software, all these part. Whereas in the third part, it is little advanced in terms of robotics or the mechanical stuff or even the automation part. So this will have the basics of robotics, mechanical, and software involved. Whereas the fourth is, again, all these projects have been chosen in such a way that all these are required or like what to say, must to have skills for every engineering student. In other words, all these are trending topics, you know. So IoT is the era, you know, right now. In fact, after now that you know the basics of electrical, you know the basics of electronics, you want to know how to build an entire IoT system out of it. So that is why we have launched this fourth project called Build IoT Devices, where you will be creating an IoT system by itself, where you will have a combination of measuring your energy through energy meter, measuring the water flow through water meter, and also building a RFID tag. So that is what this project is about. Now that you have understood the basics of electrical, electronics, mechanical, all this stuff, you wanted to have some kind of fun with one of the most trending topics in software. That is where this part of fun with image processing comes, where you have learned how the sensors work, but you want to analyze the images. Once again, this is, I don't know how many of you follow recent engineering topics, but these are need of the hour, where image processing plays a very critical role in EVs, in sensors, in IoT applications, whatnot, in most of the Industry 4.0 applications. So you will simply have fun with Python and OpenCV platforms. So now that you have learned the basics of robotics, you have learned the basics of electrical, electronic, things like that. Now you wanted to play around with some kind of advanced technology. That is where this gesture devices comes in, where you will be you'll be learning the basics of assistive technology, which is the next set of engineering disciplines. The next layer comes in on assistive technology, where just through hand gestures, you will be able to control the mouse as well as control the robot by yourself. Then in DC to DC boost converter, you will be, what is that about?
Yeah, it's converting IO to 12 volt. There is a 5 volt. You need a 12 volt adapter. But if you want to convert, but you have only the 5 volt thing. So this project will help to convert the 5 volt into, so you get the 12 volt action.
Sure, exactly. So then we have build a server and interactive web application, which is purely on infrastructure. If you want to create a company like IBM, you have to take up this course, And then finally, now that you have developed everything, okay, it's very common, no? In fact, now it is not even a question. Whatever business you enter into, you wanted to create a mobile application for each and everything what you build. So the last project is about building a mobile application on your own, something like a small e-marketplace where you will learn how to charge your customers, how to build a payment gateway, how to function it yourself, and how to develop your own Android application all by yourself. Okay, so these are the projects involved in Build Club. Thanks for that, Hannah. You can close this. Now, how do you start about it? Okay, so like I said, you have registered, you have glanced what are the projects. Now that you have decided, you are interested in, you feel that, I know the basics of electronics. I know how does a robo work. Let me try to put that application. See, once again, we strongly encourage all of you to be all 61. In other words, anyone who is part of Build Club to understand the basics of all these projects. Okay. So only when you understand the basics of other applications, then only you can start building something on your own. We strongly believe that. Okay. If I have to create the most advanced rocket also, I can't say that no. In fact, I'm very clear. I'm very focused that I have to build a rocket only, but I don't want to learn software at all. No, it doesn't work that way. Especially being a student, we strongly encourage that you do have to learn the basics of everything. Okay, at least, in other words, at least 4 or 5 of these projects everyone has to do. Which are the projects? It's your choice. Okay, because once you start doing 4 or 5 projects, you will automatically choose. Learn the basics of these things. Okay, so now you have registered in Build Club. You know what are the projects in Build Club is. What is the next step? So you'll be like I said, you know the basics of electronics. You wanted to build a robot. So you can pick the third project on building a micromose or building an autonomous robot. And then you should not be, as part of those minimal protocols, what we told, we are very clear on that part. You should not do anything by your own at all. Okay. You should form a team. You should form a team, especially with multiple, people from different batch or different streams. If you are from mechanical, we strongly encourage that you learn something electrical. And in your team, you can have someone from electronics background. Okay. In other words, you form a team of, say, some 4 to 6 people. Anything less than 4 is not recommended. Anything more than 6 also is not recommended. Between 4 to 6, you form a team. And that team should be from different background. Here we are very clear that we don't want individual contributors, as well as we don't want, again, like the same people whom you are working or sitting in your classrooms. We don't want the same people. Here it should be from different background, different streams, and all of you put together. If you are from electronics or if you are from a software background, you please don't do the software part. You teach the software part to your electrical friend, and he will be teaching the electrical stuff to you. That is how you do the cross learning with each other. Okay, so then you pick up this micromose project, and then 4 of you or 6 of you form a team. You start building things. You ask Joel about where you will be expected to have minimal set of components. You go through these manual, you go to the build lab daily in your free hours, start building things, and then post things in Discord. This is what you have to do for the next 6 months. So I'm done, Joel. Any questions? You have 5 more minutes. At least now you please ask questions, guys. Does that sound clear, Joel?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. How about others?
Either everybody has understood everything or nobody has understood anything. That is the issue.
Exactly. Correct. That's true.
I have a doubt about the doing projects and stuff. Will the Excel boards will be provided from the Build Club, and should we return it back, or are we spending our own money and buying Excel boards?
Initially, honey, for now, you don't have to do your own projects and you don't have to invest your own money also. Initially, there will be some kind of minimal set of components where you can start doing these projects. And each and every project, I'm telling you for now, in fact, another thing we have hand curated in such a way that the cost or the cost of the components for all these projects does not cross more than some 6,000 also, you know. So funding is, honestly speaking, we from IIT Madras incubation cell, we have created this ecosystem of some 300 plus companies and 150 plus R&D companies in the research park. And the valuation of all these startups put together is some 40,000 crores. From day one till today, we don't believe in this concept of finance being a constraint at all. In other words, please never think funding or finance as a barrier. If we have to, then we always have to. You know, with whatever things we have in hand, we will start building things. Automatically, things will fall in place. Yeah. I hope that clarified your question, Honey.
Yes.
Okay. Any other doubts from anyone else?
Like if we have kind of a project going on, ongoing projects is there, like should we approach the build club for doing much more on that area?
Projects going on where, Gauri?
Individually, like if you are individually doing projects and all,
yeah,
we want like some other help from some other department, for example, maybe some physical components are necessary. Should we like approach the build club for that, or like should we begin the product from the beginning?
Components, not really, but we are very clear. In fact, for all these projects, we know what are the components required with respect to the initial set of predefined projects, we say. Okay, so we know, in fact, specifications you have already shared. No? Okay. To see it, you have not shared. Okay, so if required, Joel, you can get the components list from Subhash. Okay, so we know what are the components required, and I mean, you don't have to ask anyone else at all. First of all, Gaurish, in fact, as part of the instructions panel itself, we have also defined what are the components required for each and every project. That also it has been mentioned, including the specifications.
No, I'm not saying about the projects that the build club has been provided, but I'm saying like if we are making our own project, should we like directly approach the build club?
Like I told Gaurish, initially for the next 6 months at least, we encourage all of you to complete these projects. If you form a team and if your team has finished at least 4 of these projects, then you can move on to your own projects. Because the reason or the rationale behind this is many times what we see is people think of course they are clear, okay, but all these projects act as a prerequisite for whatever you build on your own. Okay, so these act as fundamentals. Once you make your foundations strong, then you can move on to your own innovative building things. Not right now. Yeah. If there is nothing else, we can close. Yeah.
So, Pragdish, thank you. What are the next steps now? What are the next?
Sure. Yes, please. Yeah.
What are the next steps for the students to do? What are the next steps?
Well, the next steps I mentioned. So immediate step is they have to register in Build Club. They have to form their teams, and they can choose the projects and they can start working. In fact, it would be better, Joel, you can organize some kind of a workshop. Maybe this is more of a suggestion for your core team. We will leave it to you based on the participation or the interest level from the students. The same kind of workshop that Hannah and team had attended, either you can contact that. If not, the immediate step is people have to register, form team, and start doing projects.
Joel then work with Pragdish and takes inputs how to conduct the workshop and do it. So you need to drive it, and if you want any support from IIT, somebody will come and help you. You don't have to get, if you feel that you need some extra support initially to bring their catalysts to the total program, you take the help of Pragdish. He will send somebody to help you.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
So when can we plan, Joel, that one?
We'll make people register with Build Club soon, and we'll get the component.
Workshop when you want to plan, when you are thinking.
Yeah, I'll discuss it with my team and then let you know.
Okay, tell in the group. Okay, let us plan sometime in July. Let us plan sometime in the first fortnight or something. Let us think through something, or second fortnight. You think through and come back. Okay.
Okay.
Once the exams are over. Okay.
Yeah.
So Joel, you can thank Pragdish and the team from IIT.
No problem, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pragdish sir and Subhash sir, for your time.
Thank you for arranging this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for your time. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Thanks for your time as well.